On Easter Sunday of 2019, I received an invitation from a friend who was the archaeologist at Herod's palace, found at Machaerus in Jordan. His team had unearthed and reconstructed the alcove that held the throne of Herod Antipas, on which he would have been confronted by John the Baptist. The team wanted a mass on that spot, on the very stone that John stood on, and at the very seat where Herod decided to kill him, as an act of cleansing of 2,000 years of the mystery of iniquity they had uncovered. So the 8 of us prayed on Easter of 2019 and reflected on what happened and its impact on Jesus and on us. I have no doubt that John died a happy man. Surely he could have seen Herod's decision coming as he spent months under house arrest. At some point, he was wondering about Jesus, so he sent friends to ask Jesus what we hear about in today's gospel. Are you the one, or should we wait for another? Jesus' answer gives reason for the joy of John the Baptist. Not only are the messianic signs complete, but John's mission as forerunner is accomplished. That brings joy both to Jesus and John, like they experienced in the wombs of their mothers. The question for us is, are we joyful and happy with what God is doing, or are we only happy when we get some kind of benefit, or some kind of relief from labor, or experience a reciprocal favor from God for a sacrifice we have made? Here are 3 impressions about happiness. First, happiness has to be right here and now. We convince ourselves in life that it will get better when we get married, have a baby, then another. Then we are frustrated that the children are not old enough, and we become more content when they are old enough. After that, we are frustrated again when we have teenagers to deal with. We will certainly be happy when they get out of that stage. We tell ourselves that our life will be complete when our spouse gets his or her act together. The truth is, there is no better time to be happy than right now. Second, if you are happy, says the proverb, let your face show it. Maybe we could begin to be more joyful by taking a peek in the mirror and asking ourselves, does my face look like the face of someone who has heard the good news of the gospel? Namely, that I am loved unconditionally by God, that I am saved by His Son? Or is my face the face of frustration? Thirdly, joy will come to us if we set about actively trying to create it for others. If I go about my life demanding that others carry me rather than seeking to carry them, feeding off others rather than feeding them, demanding that others meet my needs rather than trying to meet theirs, joy will never find me, no matter how hard I party at times of fiesta, no matter how devout I am, or how often I try to crank up good cheer. This is Gaudete Sunday, and we rejoice. John the Baptist and Jesus are given to us today in our gospel, our good news. Death surrounds them both, but they are men of deep joy in the very moment of their encounter and that of the disciples of John. in the sense that their mission from God was going forward, and in the sense that they were fully giving of themselves. Can we accept the joy of living and living with the gift of faith? Or will we inhabit our Christmas coma, where all has to be to our own liking or for that of our family's benefit? Can we see our lives as part of God's plan? Or do we experience ourselves merely as pawns or inconsequential to God's mission, therefore entitled to every kind of welfare, even spiritual welfare, from God? Are we going to give ourselves to the mission we have received? Or are we going to make excuses so that we can stay on the welfare system, wanting more and more for ourselves and thinking that to be so virtuous for our lives? The choice is ours. Be joyful and happy for that which God has done and called us to, or stay frustrated by all the bad news which our world so easily teaches us and even finds its way into the church.